This is the local and national news from fabulous 103 FM, and it would be fabulous if you subscribed. It's easy. Click the subscribe button, and at the same time, click the like button too. Today we'll see His Majesty the King of Thailand oversee the official opening of Thailand's Parliament in Bangkok. The ceremonial event hails the arrival of the newly elected government, still expected to be a coalition of major partners and still to date seen as a game of chess, with no one really knowing who will be finally approved as Prime Minister or House Speaker. The Speaker issue is the first that must be resolved tomorrow amid infighting between coalition partners, and the final decision on who will be the next Prime Minister is planned for Thursday the 13th. Both appointments are teetering at the top though, as the public who voted for Khun Peter's Move Forward party expect him to be approved, but the jury will be out until the final moment due to a parliamentary procedure that requires him to gain approval of several unelected but appointed senators in order to have a majority decision in his favour. In the event that he doesn't gain approval, well, it's possible that their poor Thai coalitionites could propose their own leader, which then, unless amended, could see them holding both key positions. If that makes toes curl, others from opposing and minority parties could throw their hats in the ring, with many mooting the possibility that former Deputy Prime Minister Pravit may be the choice for some. Today then sees the start, but certainly not the finish or the end game. Koh Samui is the first major tourist destination to report a serious drought crisis, as the rainy season so far has failed to top up rivers and reservoirs there in any meaningful way, with local government officials stating that current stored water supplies will only last for 30 days. Plans are afoot to increase water supply volume from the mainland, but other islands are also experiencing low levels, with many not having efficient pipelines. This, as experts are predicting a dry year and droughts for the first half of 2024 for much of Southeast Asia. Where there are deaths, there are assets, and the settlement of estates here in Thailand can be long and drawn out. However, a new change, announced by the Court of Justice, could see many save a lot of time and hassle. This, as executors of wills or those approved by the family to divide up estates large and small, can apply to the courts for approval online and not have to wait weeks or months for court times. 42 provinces will allow this from today. The approval is dependent on either a will or all heirs approving the nominated executor. The Thai Banking Association expects issues with electronic transfers to be resolved by today, following a weekend of up and down service for those using phone apps to pay for goods and bills. The so-called glitch has been blamed on the prompt pay program used and saw several major banks leaving customers cashless. Word is that ATMs were for the most part still operating, but account holders were less than impressed. This is in the same month SCB Bank plans to close down its internet banking program in favour of just the phone app. Thais watched TV keenly over the weekend as media covered the return to these shores of a 29-year-old prize bull elephant, following reports that during its 22-year loan to Sri Lanka for the purpose of crossbreeding, the animal had been abused and neglected. 5 hours in a flight in a transport plane saw him arrive in Chiang Mai and slowly removed to the Elephant Recovery Centre. With plans for him to see out his days in the Lampang region, 2 others that went to Sri Lanka at the same time remain there, and there's no word on their condition. Saksurin's treatment was reported to the Thai authorities back in May by an animal rights group, amid claims that he was beaten, abused and had wounds left untreated. Meanwhile, at home and in our own province, the police have taken the rare step of issuing wanted posters publicly and online for a serial rapist who's believed to have assaulted multiple victims in the province. Using a dating app to access lonely women, Watana Srikani, also known as Tum Chonburi, uses the dating app to meet up with women before carrying out his vile deed. It's believed that his crimes go back 14 years through to today, and this has only become evident as more and more women have come forward and made statements to police. And it's believed that further women will come forward now, less ashamed and more willing to see him locked up for good. In Sattahip, when a 48-year-old off-duty Navy officer saw a local man attacking a woman violently in the streets, at 1 a.m, he went to her aid, only for the attacker to draw a gun and fire at him several times. Lucky for the chief petty officer, he too was armed and a better shot too, as he took the attacker down quickly. It seems that the attacker, whose funeral arrangements are due to begin this week, had abused a woman, his ex-girlfriend, after shooting at her too through the windscreen of her car. The Navy officer managed to pull her uninjured from the vehicle and hide her from the aim of her ex before 2 bullets sent him to meet his maker. 300,000 litres of smuggled diesel was seized on Saturday off Rayong in 2 vessels, according to police and customs officials. It's reported that the luckless pirates were unaware that previous catches of similar criminal teams had seen them roll over and spill the beans on all who transport contraband oil, in an effort to reduce their own sentences. Word then is that the customs know most, if not all, of the boats involved, and they're better off going back to their traditional business of catching fish to avoid arrest. And with the Met Office promising highs today of just 31 degrees, dropping down to 27, the real feel of 35, a breezy day, cloudy and with separated thunderstorms across the country. Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or programme, like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.